Good evening and welcome to Have I Got News for You, where this week's loser is presenting it. Yes, the words pot, kettle and smug get in for a long overdue kicking spring to mind. Elsewhere in the news this week, training in the heat of South Korea, England players question the wisdom of their sponsorship deal with Baco Foil. As the boom in cut-price flights continues, one operator shows off its cheapest seat yet. And in Kettering, there are signs that a batch of talcum powder may have been contaminated with concrete mix. On Ian Hislop's team, a comedian whose TV series Are You Dave Gorman tells of his worldwide search to find other Dave Gormans who share his name by going up to people and asking, "Are you Dave Gorman?" Please welcome Dave Gorman. And with Paul Merton tonight, a former Member of Parliament whose early ambition was to work in a reptile house, so ambition achieved tonight then, Ken Livingstone. And so for the reassuring comfort of starting with round one, Ian and Dave.
Prime Minister with Tony Blair. Lord Levy, fundraiser.
The Beckhams having a new extension built.
Oh, there's a man having his chips. Trying to join the Labour Party, probably. That's Ken. I think this is a thing about party funding.
This has been one story of the week, isn't it? But the one I'm really interested in, Angus, is... Now, you and this prostitute, how did you manage to get off paying her?
She didn't tell me that she's a prostitute.
She didn't tell you?
No. But you must have paid her for the article. I mean, I don't want to dwell on this, but... He made me groan all night. Yeah, what were you doing? Reading the autocue? Angus was the best lover I've ever had, and you didn't pay her? This is just unbelievable. We could have kept going till breakfast. What are you doing? Talking about football?
I suppose you didn't know where to put your face, really, once you'd heard the story. Or did you just take it on the chin?
There was an awful lot of detail, wasn't there?
Yes, yes. Remind me about some of it.
There is, by the way, no need to adjust your set. My face is this red.
He always found the time to talk, even when he was in the studio filming his show. Want to make any calls?
I think that's the most libelous bit of the lot, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. That's him.
I wondered if she was wired. Think she was wired?
I don't think she was the only one that was wired.
Is that it, or do you want to... Because obviously there was another question that I was
There's
asking
a world
about.
war breaking out in India.
So the ethics committee that you were talking about, who's on it?
That was Lord Levy.
Right.
And Margaret Jay used to run the House of Lords, and they're going to check that all donations are above board to the Labour Party.
Right.
Are you convinced that this will clean up the Labour Party, then, this committee?
No.
You did describe yourself as a model of new Labour conformity.
Really? Oh, what was I on at the time?
Angus can sort you out. I want to see the £20 note, because there's no way you've spent it in the last week.
Didn't bring it with me, unfortunately. Sorry.
It's a lovely image, that, isn't it?
Yes. Well, why... Shall I quit while I'm down? This is Labour's new ethics committee. It isn't really. We're talking about a complete different story, but it was Labour's new ethics committee which will vet all donations over £5,000 to the party. One of Labour's most controversial donors was porn baron Richard Desmond. The Times recently printed a full list of Mr Desmond's publications, which include Big Girls, Mega Boobs, Big Runs International and the very best of Whoppers, which is also published under the title Stephen Byers' Autobiography.
Oh, it could be a list that you have for room service.
Paul and Ken, what's up?
Oh, this is the magician David Blaine. This is him in New York, isn't it? He stood on top of a pillar without moving, and then at the end of it, even with cardboard boxes underneath, that's a hell of a way to drop.
What did he do about his natural bodily functions up there for 48
Well,
hours?
oddly enough, I was going to ask you that very same question. You did see the answer in the footage.
Oh, he had a tube.
He did.
It went right up his trouser leg.
Did the people underneath
Oh,
know
cool.
he had a tube?
I think it went into a little bag.
Really?
He did it in emulation of St Simon Stylites, didn't he? One of the early church fathers, who stood on a pillar for years.
You'd have terrible cramp, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he used to do it on one leg for bits of it.
Have you ever done it on one leg for bits?
No. And what's his next trick? You should know about this, Ken.
He's going to eat a newt? I mean, how am I supposed to know what he's doing?
No, he's going to jump from a helicopter into the Thames.
Do you need your permission to do that?
I have no powers at all. I mean,
Yes, it is the daredevil magician David Blaine, whose latest stunt was to stand on top of an 80-foot pole for 35 hours. British viewers may remember Blaine's appearance with Eamon Holmes on GMTV, where he stared at him without speaking. Eamon later revealed, "I was worried he'd put a curse on me." He may well have done, as Eamon is still on GMTV. Ian and Dave, your incredible journey.
A lot of people playing I Spy.
That's John Burt.
That's where there's going to be another motorway next to the motorway.
Yep, this is Bert's idea.
Yes.
He's been employed by the government to do blue sky thinking, to really think things through. So he's come up with an idea that we'll have motorways in duplicate, right next to each other.
Yes, I haven't actually quite worked out how to collect the tolls.
all you have to do, if you're really desperate for the money, you just put a toll booth down like it's all over America. I can't see why it's a problem. We're not doing that in London because, I mean, people mostly knock them over. But then, we're only charging people who don't vote for me anyhow, so it's no problem.
Does this have something to do with your hatred for cars, though?
I hate your cars. I'm in a car most days. I mean, jumping out of cabs.
So it seems kind of strange that in 1989 you said, I hate cars. If I ever get any powers again, I'd ban the lot.
That stuff just gets made up.
Right.
I never believe what I read in the newspapers.
Right, no, I believe you.
In 1980...
And didn't you spend £6,000 on taxis in the last year?
No, I spent £2,000 on taxis.
And you spent £103 on a taxi for Helen Mirren.
Well, that was just a mistake. No one.
Do you know what a mistake is, Angus? Have you heard of that?
I'm going to give worse uses of public money, really.
Give me time.
Yes. This is Lord Bert's proposed system of new toll roads. The scheme in...
Keep going.
All right. The scheme involves drivers being charged a fee for using motorways with...
It says here that you play gangster rap on the stereo. What's gangster rap? How does that
No
go?
idea. Ian, what's gangster rap?
Do you know, that was one of the few terms in the article I didn't understand.
Dave, you're young. What's gangster rap?
I haven't got the faintest idea.
We haven't got the faintest idea.
Really?
But
No.
I didn't put it on my stereo and you did.
Oh, well, there we are. The scheme involves...
Just because it's gone down there, I don't think it's going to work.
Looking forward to its re-emergence. The scheme involves drivers being charged a fee for using motorways, with the exception of the M25, where it'll be pay and display.
Really? You didn't do the pay bit, did you?
The idea...
I'm surprised you had a nerve to turn up this week, really. You knew it was going to be like this.
Well, I did, yes, because of you two.
Yes, in a way, it's our fault, isn't it?
I certainly felt to blame personally, didn't you?
Yes. Sorry.
Thank goodness I took a line of coke before I came on.
This idea, the idea we were talking about, will mean yet more work for Transport Secretary...
You don't think any of this stuff's going to be used, do you? Nobody gives a damn about Stephen Byers this week, Transport Secretary, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares.
Yes. Well, I'm learning that slowly, yes.
This must have been one of those days when Stephen Byers could have leaked some more news. We'll most probably wake up next week and find he's sold something else off.
Yes. And finally in this round, Paul and Ken, your total fabrication.
This is terrible, really. These chickens that were bred without feathers, so it's like your Sunday dinner walking around. I mean...
No, they bred them so that in the tropics you can keep them.
Yeah.
And they don't get too hot.
Really? That's horrible.
Yeah, it's totally unconvincing, isn't it?
And who's done
now
this?
teaching the chickens to eat sage and onion.
So what are some of the disadvantages of these birds that you saw pictures of?
They sing out of tune.
I should imagine they feel absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're completely shamefaced.
Yes. They get sunburn is actually the answer I was looking for.
Yeah, they turn red, yeah.
Yeah. Not dissimilar. They're not hardy enough to survive an English winter is the other drawback.
Neither would any of us running around naked all
Well, exactly.
the time.
I mean, you only have to look at a freezer in a supermarket. They're dead as mutton in there. I mean, clearly the cold doesn't agree with them at all.
What were some of the other genetic...
None of this is going to be used. I don't know, what are the other things that just move on quickly?
Genetically modified animals this week.
A giraffe with no neck, a horse that can
Yes.
speak, and a mouse that plays a mouth organ.
Yeah.
Move on. Next.
Fine.
Chickens with no clothes. Move on. Nuclear war's threatened this week.
Yes, you read about that then?
I couldn't find it in the papers.
Why does that not surprise me? This is the development of the world's first featherless chicken.
Yeah, we just said all that.
According to the Daily Mail on Tuesday, scientists have also developed a piglet with a fluorescent snout and organs suitable for human use. Apparently it's working behind the bar at the Queen Vic. So, at the end of that round...
We should be safe from you.
I believe so.
Do you watch EastEnders?
Oh, yes, almost.
It's terrible at the moment, isn't it?
Oh,
Ian Beale slept with a prostitute. She's threatening to blackmail him for money. They're just not as lifelike as they used to be.
never happened in real life.
In real life.
No, it's true. So at the end of that round, the scores, you'll be delighted to know, are like the number of players in a full England squad practice match these days, 4 a side.